right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m. Ready, set, race.
It's good to be back doing the original thing.
A Colorado Memorial Day tradition returns. We have team coverage ahead of the Boulder Boulder.
The first wave will take off about an hour from now. We have the special events planned for this year's race.
I'm Denver 7's Colette Bordelon. We're already seeing participants arrive. I'll be catching up with the racers as they start.
And I'm Denver 7's Christian Lopez. It's not just about running the course. People come from all over to watch. I'll have the boost for businesses.
Yeah, I was just talking with businesses along the Pearl Street Mall. They are so ready to welcome everyone back. The racers will head right down Pearl Street today. Good Monday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders. Should be pretty good running weather today for the Boulder Boulder event. A little bit cooler, although it could be hit and miss for backyard barbecues, Katie.
Not the greatest backyard barbecue weather for today, Brian. It's going to be unsettled across the state. We are picking up moisture in spots this morning. It's 48 degrees right now in Denver. Sun is shining over City Park, but you head further to the west. This is a live look from the city of Vail, where the snow is really coming down at this hour. You can see from our radar and satellite picture, mainly dry conditions for the I-25 corridor, but off to the east near Holyoke, Ray, and Burlington have seen a line of storms roll through this morning, and snow falling over higher terrain up over Grand Lake, Allens Park, Rocky Mountain National Park, a rain snow mix in Carbondale. Snow level at around 9,000 feet, and just off to the west of Boulder near Netherland, we are picking up some of that shower activity. Temperatures this morning are cool. We're in the 40s currently, and later on this afternoon, Jason, will top out in the 60s.
We do have some wet roads in Boulder. We'll take a look at that coming up in just a bit. Want to start with the wet drive and the sloppy drive we have in the high country. You can see it here on I-70, whether it's at Vail Pass or down in Silverthorne and over the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel. So we do have some wet conditions and sloppy conditions for you up there. Here in town, we have one big issue out to the east side of town. Northbound 225, the ramp to go westbound I-70 has been closed down since early this morning. To go east, that's open. A lot of folks are turning around at Chambers. You still have access to get over to Pena Boulevard, but as you see on the camera, we are heavy from basically Colfax all the way up there. So this is the way I would get around it, is you take a look at the map again, is exiting Colfax, run that over to Airport. Airport gets you to I-70 or to Pena Boulevard. Either way, that's the best way right now to get around that big problem.
Well, the Memorial Day tradition returns. We are so glad to have this one back in full, in person, for the first time in 3 years. The Boulder Boulder kicks off here in about an hour with the first of 85 waves of racers. So all morning long, we have team coverage of this huge event. Denver 7's Nicole Brady is anchoring our coverage right from the start line, and it looks like some people are already ready to get started.
They are, Brian. It's the weather is nice, I have to say. I mean, I'm bundled up here, but I think it's going to be great running weather today, even though it is a little chillier than we usually expect for Memorial Day weekend. I want to bring in Ron Bostwick, the start line announcer for the race. You'll be announcing every one of those 85 waves today.
Yep, that's correct.
You've been doing it 10 years,
yeah.
So you keep coming back.
I love it.
What's your favorite part?
Well, you know, the excitement at the start line. I always say that the hardest part is getting to the start line. The easy part is doing the 10K. But my favorite part of everything is probably the finish line.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of 10Ks where you get a 40,000 person audience just for running 6.2 miles. And the excitement in the stadium is really tangible.
It really is. I've done it, and it's the fastest race you'll ever do. That 6.2 miles goes by like nothing. I mean, it culminates in the Memorial Day ceremony, which I know you love that as well.
It does, and I'll be producing that this year, and it's a chance for us to remind people of what this holiday is about. Mm-hmm. Those people that we lost in service to the country. So we do that. We honor veterans also at the same time, plus a pretty exciting four F-16 jet flyover will be part of the ceremony today also.
So much to see. Joining you here at the start line today will be race co-founder Frank Shorter,
correct,
Olympic gold medalist in the marathon, and we spoke to the race director last week about how special it is to have Frank out here for today's running.
One of our co-founders, Frank Shorter, this year, 2022, celebrates 50 years of his winning the Olympic gold medal in 1972. So Frank's going to serve as the official starter of the race, and so he'll start the 85 waves on race morning. He'll shoot the start pistol 85 times, and then we have a fun recognition for him in the stadium.
Yeah, so cool. 50 years since he won gold at the Munich Olympics. He'll fire the pistol. You guys will announce it. I mean, it's going to get busy out here soon, right?
Oh yeah, very soon. We're going to have about 40,000 people right here in the streets of Boulder.
All right, Ron, good luck today. Thanks
Thank you,
so much
Nicole.
for joining us. Colette Bordelon talking to some of those people who are running and volunteers organizing it for everyone today.
Yeah, we've been talking to all the people who have been up early out here to celebrate the return of the Boulder Boulder in person. One of the people who's been here every single year of the 42 years, Dan McCarthy. Dan, what's it like to be back in person this year?
Well, after 2 years of not being here for the active start of the Boulder Boulder, it's very exciting. We've got the whole community excited, the whole country excited, because this has always been considered one of the world's best 10K races worldwide. So we're known throughout the world for this race. So it is special to be back today.
Just watch out for that sea level. We're not at sea level, we're a bit above that, so watch out for the altitude.
That's right.
And the weather's just absolutely perfect out here. You were saying in years past you've had fences blow over.
This is actually a very perfect, you could say this is a perfect day for running and walking and jogging, because the weather is cool. It's going to warm up a little later, might even rain later, but for the race it's going to be perfect.
And to see everyone back in person, just emotionally, what is today? What does it mean to you and to this community as a whole?
Well, as a community as a whole, remember this is an international event. So when we talk about the community, we're not just talking about Boulder, we're talking about the state of Colorado and in fact the whole country. So having this come back to Boulder makes us feel like we're starting to get back to normal. And I think that's a big thing for our community.
And people still showing up, obviously some registering even this morning. What's your one word of advice for people who are taking off on this race?
Well, I think the good idea for the race is to start out at an even pace, keep that pace throughout, drink plenty of water, and have fun. I think fun is a key ingredient to this race.
We're already having fun, and it's what, 6 in the morning? I mean, that's unheard of. But right now, I'll be catching up with more runners and seeing exactly what they're thinking as they get ready to take off. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Yeah. It is so much fun. Colette and I both went to CU Boulder, so it's always a great time to be back in Boulder any time of year, any time of day at 6 a.m. Christian Lopez is covering her first Boulder Boulder this year. And Christian, you got a chance to find out how important this is to the Boulder community and businesses here.
Yeah, Nicole, that's right. The community is so excited for the event's return for the first time since the pandemic. And I talked to businesses here along the Pearl Street Mall, and they told me they just love this event so much and the energy and the excitement the Boulder Boulder brings to the city. And they're grateful to see these community traditions come back after not having them for a few years. I talked to manager at Ozo Coffee, Topher Haven, who told me that his sister is participating in the race today. And he told me what he thinks makes the event stand out is how community oriented it is. And of course, with so many people expected today, he said they're anticipating a very, very busy day.
We are so excited to have it back. So excited.
And what is your favorite part of the event?
It just brings such an energy to the city, and it's such a special event to have. We see crowds of people outside the store. We get lots of business. It's just wonderful to be a part of it. We're grateful that it's happening again. We are grateful that there's more of a return to some of the traditions and some of the opportunities that we had as a city and as a community before the pandemic started.
And of course, we're so excited to be out here as well. Nicole, as you mentioned, it's my first Boulder Boulder, so I can't wait to see all those runners pass through here at the Pearl Street Mall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is. It's a great time. Our Denver 7 booth is going to be out there cheering people on as well today, Christian. So great fun. Brian, wish you were here as well, but you'll get to watch it. And watching is really the fun part, right? Just
right.
All those crazy
yeah.
costumes and people watching out here. And we're starting to see them showing up. So it's going to be fun.
A big celebration. All right. Thank you, Nicole. Topping your other news this morning, health experts are keeping an eye on coronavirus cases right now as people meet up with more family and friends for the holiday. Both Boulder and Jackson counties have moved back into the CDC's high-risk category. Even with COVID-19 cases going up across the country, though, we are still far below the numbers reported during the Omicron surge last winter. The CDC does recommend anyone in a high-risk community mask up indoors and on public transportation. Well, this morning, a teenage girl is recovering after a shooting at a Denver rec center. This happened Sunday at the Central Park Rec Center on 25th Avenue. Police say it started as a fight in the parking lot. The teen is expected to be okay, and police have not arrested anyone. A man is dead and 3 people were caught in a rockfall and avalanche at Rocky Mountain National Park over the weekend. This happened Sunday on Mount Meeker. A woman suffered minor injuries. Another man was flown to Medical Center of the Rockies with more serious injuries. Search crews found the body of the 3rd person in avalanche debris. Katie, a little cool and some chances of rain for your Memorial Day.
Yes, unsettled this Memorial Day across the state. We are picking up snow in portions of the high country, rain over the northeastern plains, chance for a few storms and showers as we go through this afternoon as well. I'll take you through the whole forecast when we come back.
And right now, a pretty good drive going to Boulder. If you're going to be heading on Highway 36 or 93, no problems there on South Boulder Road. We already have some of the cones up in restrictions. This is a 28th and Iris by the diagonal, and so coming in from Longmont, you also see some of those restrictions. But overall, the drive looks pretty good with some damp roads up in Boulder right now.
If you're staying in for Memorial Day, prices for cookout staples are soaring. How much more it will cost you to fire up the grill this summer? Cruise live with Nicole Brady at the start line of the Boulder Boulder as we see the first wave of racers and organizers get ready for the start. And we're hearing from one racer in particular who is 98 years old, still competing in a cowboy hat nonetheless, and representing 4 generations in the 10K race.